In December 1921, a telegram arrived at a house in South London. It offered a young woman her dream job by the sea. It told her a car would meet her train. Every word of it was a trap, and 3 small spelling mistakes would eventually hang the man who sent it. This is the cordon, and this is the forgotten case of Irene Wilkins. Irene was 31 years old, quiet, capable, and looking for work. Like thousands of women in the years after the First World War, she'd placed a small advertisement in the Morning Post, a lady cook seeking a position in a school or institution. It was ordinary, sensible, the kind of advert placed every day. On the morning of December the 22nd, a reply arrived by telegram. It read, "Morning Post, come immediately, 4:30 train, Waterloo to Bournemouth Central, car will meet train, expense no object, urgent." It sounded almost too good. Irene wired back to confirm, but her reply was returned undelivered. The address didn't exist. She had no way of knowing that, standing on the platform at Waterloo. She caught the train anyway. Witnesses later remembered her at Bournemouth Central just after 7 that evening, speaking to a man beside a large grey car. She got in. The next morning, a laborer crossing scrubland off Seafield Road in Boscombe found her body in a field. She had been beaten and left in the frost. She had fought hard, and in the soft December ground nearby, the killer had left something behind, a clear set of tire impressions. Dunlop Magnum tires, distinctive tread, not common. Then the investigation uncovered something chilling. Irene wasn't the first. In the days before her death, at least 2 other women, all of them cooks, all advertising in the same newspaper, had received nearly identical telegrams, summoning them to Bournemouth. They hadn't gone. Someone was fishing, patiently, methodically. Irene was simply the one who answered. Detectives went back to the telegram forms themselves, the handwritten originals kept at the post offices, and there, in the killer's own hand, were the mistakes. Bournemouth, written without the E. Advertisement, missing a letter, immediately, misspelled the same way every time. Whoever he was, he made the same errors again and again, a signature he didn't know he was leaving. Suspicion eventually settled close to home. Thomas Henry Alloway was a chauffeur working for a Bournemouth businessman. He drove a large grey Mercedes. Its tires, Dunlop Magnums, matched the impressions in the field almost exactly. But suspicion is not proof, and in 1921 there were no fingerprints on a telegram, no forensics that could put him in that car with certainty. The case stalled. Then Alloway made his own mistake. In the spring of 1922, he fled Bournemouth, cashing forged checks as he went. Police asked him to write out a passage of dictation, including, buried within it, the words Bournemouth, advertisement, and immediately. He misspelled all 3, exactly as the telegrams had. Handwriting experts matched his betting slips and letters to the telegram forms. Post office clerks picked him out as the man who'd handed them across the counter. Witnesses placed his car at the station that night. Piece by piece, the paper trail closed around him. Alloway stood trial at Winchester in the summer of 1922. The defense attacked the handwriting evidence as unscientific, and in fairness, this was one of the earliest major English trials to lean so heavily on it. The jury took barely an hour. Guilty. He was hanged at Winchester Prison that August, and it's said that in his final days he confessed. What stays with you about this case isn't the trial, it's the telegram. Irene Wilkins did everything right. She checked. She wired back. The system simply failed to warn her in time. And a century later, the mechanics of the crime feel unsettlingly modern. A stranger hiding behind a message, offering exactly what someone needs. Only the technology has changed. Irene is buried in Streatham, where her story began. The field off Seafield Road was built over long ago. But the case deserves to be remembered, not for the man who was hanged, but for the woman who answered an advertisement, and for the 3 small errors that made sure he didn't get away with it. If you want more of Britain's forgotten cases told properly, no sensationalism, just the facts and the people behind them, subscribe to The Cordon, and turn on notifications. Thank you for listening. Take care of each other.